Well, guys, I wish I was here under better circumstances, but it is what it is. They done goofed, Eddie. They done goofed. Hit me with the emergency pod sirens.
You gonna fuck around and find out.
I'm doing an emergency pod for week 1 of the NFL. And I'll get to all the highlights. But you know what I got to address first. Let me get my chair turned around for this. This is serious. This is serious. And yes, I've viewed all the footage. Immediately, Miami-Dade was forwarding me body cam footage. Hours and hours. I wanted everything. I was getting traffic light cameras. They were sending it to me. They wanted to make sure that I had all the information before I went crazy. Oh, he didn't listen to the cops. I don't care at all. He doesn't have to listen to the cops. That's Tyreek Hill. Oh, he's speeding. I don't care. I don't care if everyone's grandma was hit by him. On the way to the game, get out of the way. If my kids were duct tape in the back of his car, and they're like, the game's about to start. We found your kids. Your kids were kidnapped. We found them. They're in the back of his car. I'm like, it's a nice car. He's going to have underground parking. Let's just leave it till after the game. Just do as you're told. That bothers me too. When everybody is like, you saw, you didn't roll the window down right away. I know. Well, sure. Okay. A lot of people, when you get pulled over, you're scared shitless. You're worried you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be fined money that you might not have. Like, you're scared. Like, you're not fucking trained for this. They're the ones that do this constantly. Fucking act better. It was really just one cop. As they always say, it's one bad apple. Knock it off. It's not one bad apple. Apples suck. Let's be clear. When I bite into an apple and it's good, I'm shocked. And the other cops around seemed like they were being nice, but that's the problem. When you have one bad apple, they have to be on this guy's team. It's like fucking Dylan Brooks. He's like, oh, he's an asshole. And now all of his teammates have to fucking roll with that clown. The officer that was a dick. Wait for it. He wasn't white. Huh? Oh, thank God. Thank God he wasn't white. He was a Cuban. Oh, that feels good. Now, some people in the black community might lump Cubans with white people. Oh, that's crazy. That's absurd. And there are people in the white community that would lump Cubans in the black community. That's crazy too. Let's knock it off. People keep saying, everybody, you act like this is how you get treated. No, that's not true. You ever seen these, where they uncover these horrible things that have happened in these college towns and the police department just turns a complete blind eye? And those are serious allegations, not wearing a seatbelt. You think over in Fansville, the sheriff of Dr. Pepperville, you think he's laying hands on a star recruit? Not a chance. Now, did I enjoy Tyreek's celebration when he scored an 80-yard touchdown reception? Yeah. Did I think it was funny? Yeah. Would have I preferred during the national anthem he'd have laid a face down on the ground with his hands behind his back with owner Stephen Ross's knee in his back? Oh, I thought that would have made a much better statement. I thought that would have really got people going. Now, what do I think about this Cuban cop that did this to our Tyreek Hill? Oh, should he be fired? No, he shouldn't be fired. But he and his family should be relocated to Buffalo. There you go. You're a cop in Buffalo now. Those people fucking love getting slammed before games. Throw somebody through a table. Thank goodness we won. Can you imagine if we didn't win? I say we. I'm part of the organization. I got my game socks on. I don't take those off until we lose a game. This is an undefeated season we're currently working on right now. We're in first place. We're tied for first place in the entire NFL. And if we win on Thursday night, we will be in first place in the entire NFL alone. That's incredible. How'd the Jets do? Aaron Rodgers almost played a full game for the Jets. Didn't seem to move the needle at all. By the way, they played a team that was missing their number one player, the offensive player of the year, out. They still got destroyed. At least you got a new docuseries this year for Mr. Distraction. It's on Netflix. It's called Aaron Rodgers Enigma. Is it too late to call it $75 million and counting for 167 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception? Wait for it. Boom. Speaking of completely overrated goats, Tom Brady had his first game in the booth, basically like the second roast of Tom Brady online. I never noticed how big his veneers were, but now that I see his face, I'm like, whoa, look at that grin. It's just weird that he'd want to still look pretty. He's already looking puffy from fillers or whatever he does, Botox. Whatever. Hey, but the Packers-Philly game in Brazil. Imagine if you're a season ticket holder and you're like, oh, one of our home games is in Brazil. Oh, that's nice. Finally, you're going to make Philly fans know what it's like to be scared at a home game. Going to get stabbed. That's funny. Kansas City beat the Ravens by a toe. You know he probably wears an 11.5, but is a little insecure about it. Like a lot of guys, like, oh, I wear a 12. And that lie cost the Ravens a win. Heisman Trophy winner, star of Hard Knocks, Caleb Williams. Oh, how did he do for the Bears? He threw for 93 yards. And that is good enough to be the greatest quarterback in the history of Chicago. And by the way, Hard Knocks, knock it off. You're supposed to do 4 episodes for the preseason. Now there's off-season, in-season. The Dolphins were last year's in-season Hard Knocks. I didn't even watch it. I'm a diehard Dolphins fan. There's regular football to watch now. Annoys me. The Saints won 47-10, relegating the Carolina Panthers to the USFL. Can we all agree about Bryce Young and all of these Heisman Trophy winners? Like people that are paid to know who's going to be good, to recruit these players, they never get it right with quarterbacks. It's just a waste. It's a waste of time. Stop wasting first-round picks on quarterbacks. Brock Purdy. My nephew, Timothy DeMorat, should be in the NFL. He's not. I think he's like a quarterback's coach at some college right now. I have no idea what he's doing. Jim Harbaugh squeaked out his first game as a Chargers head coach. It was very exciting if you're into field goals. Meanwhile, the team that he abandoned because of the sign-stealing scandal, they completely self-destructed. I'd also like to point out that abortions are up this season in L.A., so I'm sure he's taking that pretty hard. Buccaneers beat some farm team called the Commanders. Anybody watch that bullshit? All right, that's it. Eddie, hit the siren.
Wah, wah, wah.
Tosh Show. Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show.